Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the show. I'm your man, KTJ, and welcome to Love Coach Live. I've got my girl, Latoya, in the house. Latoya, she is the beauty queen. Yes, yes, yes. Latoya, say hello to the people.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yes,
Thanks for
yes,
having me, sir.
yes.
Thank you.
All right, just give a little bit of who you are, and then we're going to push into this topic of the day.
Oh, goodness. Okay. I am Latoya Francois. I am the director of the Miss Full Figured Georgia and Miss Full Figured Alabama pageant. I'm also a full figured model. I have my own brand named Taswa. I do a lot of things. So, yeah.
All right, all right. Good
Hello.
stuff. Well, thank you so much for being here with us on the show. We got a few more folks that's probably going to be checking in here, but we're not waiting for nobody. We just keep
Okay.
getting it going and pushing it forward. So Shonda Richardson's in the house, says hello. We getting it started today. You guys, we talking about it. Should you date multiple people? Should you date multiple people? Well, you got our people here on the TikTok live checking in on the live side over there, and people are already starting to drop their comment on this. Everybody, go ahead and you can just your initial thoughts on this topic. When you see the title, what's your initial thought? Should you date multiple people at a time? So let's see what Kevin had to say. Should date multiple? Should date multiple once? I can do it. Did it once, and they found out. Hear from them again. Okay, so let me see if I can piece together what he just said. He dated multiple people at one time. They found out that he was dating multiple people at one time, and he never heard from them again. That sound about right?
That's what I read. That's what I read.
All right, all right, all right. You guys drop your comments down below. Hello, everybody on the TikTok side. Hello, y'all. So
Can I
we got
respond to
our
it?
comments, they all rolling in. They rolling in. Good evening. Good evening. Yes, yes, yes. Marion, my girl, she says, yes, we should date multiple men at a
Absolutely.
time. I'm ready for
Absolutely.
this. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Latoya, jump off. Give me your thought on this topic tonight. Just your initial thought right out of the gate. Should single people date multiple people at a time?
Absolutely. It's no point in just choosing one person and focusing on that person because you might focus on that one person, you focus on them, they might not even be focusing on you. So if you have
Mm,
multiple in rotation, you can the cream is gonna always come to the top. But the only thing
mhm.
is you have to be honest and communicate with people and exactly let them know what's going on so it won't be like what the guy said, people found out about him. What he probably was doing was selling each woman dreams, letting them think that they was the only one when they wasn't. And then when they found out, they got upset and didn't want to talk anymore. If you be honest with people, communication comes in. Let them know what's going on, and then you can't go wrong.
Okay. My girl, Hey Gorgeous on the TikTok side, she said, I can't keep track. I can't keep track. So okay, so here's my thought on it. And I've had to answer this question multiple times, right? On rotational dating.
Okay.
So I think, you know, I think that you need to do what you feel is best for you, what you can handle, because a lot of people can't talk to multiple people at a time, right?
Mhm.
How many
Mhm.
times you gonna say good morning? How many you tell this one good morning, tell the next one good morning, and then you end up telling people the same story. And you say that they be like, you told me that already. And you're like, oh, I did, or did I tell you that such and such and such and such? That means you're getting the people confused. And
Right.
once people start getting confused, that means you're not playing the game right. Right.
What?
And so that I think that's the first thing that you have to know what you have the capacity to do.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, along with that, when you have the multiple people,
Mhm.
certain at some point, certain ones are gonna fall off anyway because they're not gonna keep your attention like a particular one. So you
Mm-hmm.
might start off with 5, but it might drop down to 3. You can manage 3 better than you can manage 5, and then it might drop down to 2. Then you can manage those 2 better than, you know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna fall off. So I mean,
Yes.
I don't see why is that hard. You can kind of figure it out. First of all, if you can't connect with them with communication and conversation, they're gonna fall off anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So once
True.
that's done, then you know who you're gonna deal with, who you're not gonna deal with.
Well said. Let me see, Jester. And you guys that's on the Facebook side, you got to click the thing that lets them tell you who present you to the show. That's why we got Facebook user up there. But Jester, I can see her on the other screen. Jester Busey, she said, yes, because if we are just in the getting to know you stage, why should I put all my energy into one person?
Absolutely
And things
not.
do
Right.
not work out.
Right.
All right. Well. Here's the pushback on that, and my girl Meredith just joined. I'm gonna bring her up in a minute. Here's the pushback on that. You say if you're in the getting to know you stage, why should I put all my energy into one person? So here's what I could say: if you don't put all your energy into one person, can you really say that you made the attempt to mature this talking stage into a relationship, right? Because so somebody could say that you only half in and you half out. You're not giving it your best effort to get this thing towards a real relationship. And if you're not doing that, what are you doing? If you're not really trying to move this towards something significant, what do you think?
I mean, it really just depends on the time frame too. And like you can kind of figure out within a week or so, or maybe a little longer, who you're going to continue to talk to and who's going to drop off. Because the one that's holding your attention the most and the best, that's the one you're going to end up gravitating to anyway. So the rest of them will fall off if it's worth it. It's just going to have to take a little time.
Yeah. So I got a question after this. Let me grab another one of these. Let me see. Let me grab who was that? Let me grab. Okay, that is. It depends on the person.
Exactly, it depends on the person.
Yeah,
like I
Justin
said, when the
depends on
cream comes to the top.
Yeah. But it does depend on the person. But look, what I want to also turn it around, you guys. I want to turn it around and have you be on the other side, right? Let's say you're getting to know somebody. Come on in, Meredith. Let's say you're getting to know somebody, right? You're getting to know people. You're
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got an echo for some reason. You got your earphones?
Can you hear me? Let me sign into.
Oh, okay. I'll bring you back when you're ready. So let's say you're the person who is getting to know somebody, right? Like Justice said, y'all in the talking stages.
Mm-hmm.
In the talking stages, and the person comes to you and say, "Hey, I just want to let you know I'm dating other people. I just want to let you know because I don't want you to think I'm being secretive. I don't want you to think that I'm trying to run game on you. I just want you to know I'm seeing other people." After you say that, what do you expect that other person to say?
Honestly, at this point in my life right now, I'd be like, me too.
Exactly.
Like, I appreciate the honesty. Like, just give me the honesty. Like, what can you do?
At the same time, doesn't that tell you that they are probably not very serious?
I mean, you can't really say that.
Can you say they're serious?
You can't say that they're not. I'm not going to say that they are serious, but you can't just automatically say that they're not. You never know. You might have a connection with that person that pulls you away from whoever else they was talking to. You just don't know because you don't know who your person is.
Mm.
But who knows? I mean, I'm single. I must not be doing it right. Who knows?
All right, look. Let's hear a little bit more from Kev, and then I'm gonna grab some of these comments on the TikTok side. So he said, "I was honest. They pushing marriage on me, and I told them I was seeing other people. So that meant that they were serious, and it sounds like he wasn't."
But I mean, just because they were pushing marriage don't mean that they were necessarily serious. Maybe they just wanted to lock down somebody.
That's serious.
I mean, but just to lock down somebody, anybody. I mean, not necessarily. Yeah, just I'm gonna push this marriage on him because I want him. He might not want me, because that's a lot of the relationships these days that, well, I ain't gonna say some relationships I know of. It's a situation where the person wants the other person more, and they just kind of settle for it because, oh, well, I'm gonna just go with who like me. But I mean, why not? Why it can't be mutual?
Yeah.
And that sound like the person was just like, well, I want you, but you don't want me, but I still want to marry you type thing. No, who has time for that? Be by yourself for that.
User on the TikTok side, user with all the names, she said, "Bye" is what I would say. Goodbye. So exactly. So you see what I'm saying? So if you come up and say, I am seeing, listen, I just want you to know that I'm seeing other people. I know we're in the getting to know you stage, but this isn't, I'm in the stage in my personal journey that I want to see other people until I find something serious. And like you said, you know what? Thank you so much for the honesty. And what they're gonna say? Bye. Because you really can't say that you're serious about the journey of dating if you have a whole, if you dating 7 people at one time.
I mean, that's overkill. 7 people is overkill.
Okay. You see, you going out and seeing, okay, let me put it at 3. Let's say you're seeing 3 people. You're in the talking stages with 3 people. Can any of those people feel like you are really serious about what you're doing?
I mean, you're going to be more serious about one than the other. Let's be for real. I mean, you just kind of got to get to that point. I mean,
true.
It's just one of them things. You just got to kind of get there. I've been in a situation where I was really dealing with one person, and that person asked me to be his girlfriend, but I was like, so remember I told you I was seeing somebody else too? And he still stuck around. He was really like, well, I'm gonna just wait. And did I choose him? No.
Oh, hold on. Wait. We're gonna get into that. I wanna bring Meredith in on this, because that's a lot to swallow right there.
I didn't choose him. I didn't. But that was
Hello, Meredith. How you
doing?
It's
more to it.
I'm good. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Is there an echo? Because
no echo.
Okay. I just want to make sure, because my headphones died, so I was charging them.
All right. So talk to me. What's your thoughts on this topic tonight? Should you date multiple people? You're single. You're a person that's single. Person's available. They can see whoever they want to see, and they, do you think that people should date multiple people when you're looking for love?
I don't see a problem if you're in an exclusive relationship with somebody, but if you're just getting to know a person, I don't see what's wrong with speaking to multiple people.
Okay.
Until you get into, if you're, I mean, I've done that. I've spoken to multiple people at one time. I guess what you call the vetting process.
Yes, the vetting process.
Getting to know them. And I've seen that they've done some goofy things. So, it has allowed me to, rule them out, I guess.
Yeah. I think, listen, we can't get past the fact that nobody wants to feel like they're just one of many. Right now,
Mhm.
I actually look. I can pull on this thread from both ends with this conversation, right?
Okay.
Right.
Because in some ways, I can give you some good reasons why you should be doing rotational dating.
Well,
Okay,
keep it coming,
one in
coming.
particular, I'm gonna pull from the other end now. One in particular is that you stop yourself from getting so involved with one person until you like you can get emotionally connected to one person before you know if they are the person you should be getting emotionally connected to.
Correct.
You understand?
Yep.
So,
Mhm.
so you know, if you're seeing multiple people, and let's say you're letting people know that you're seeing multiple people, then people can turn into a great competition for your affection, as what Latoya was saying.
Mhm.
It can turn into a great competition. But yeah, go ahead and finish your story, Latoya. Let me hear some more of that.
Well, I mean, I didn't choose him because
Didn't choose him. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you got a guy who steps forward, who says, you know what? I'm feeling you. I can see us having a future together. And you like, well, pal, I gotta tell you something. I'm seeing other people. He's like, no problem. I think that guy has a problem. If you have no problem with a woman that you really like want to get serious with, and she's like, okay, then I would have to question your stance as a man.
I think I explained to him why I didn't choose him,
Why didn't
but
you choose him?
because in my gut, I felt like he was trying to find somewhere to stay.
He was a homosexual.
I so I was like, no, I'm okay. I'm okay.
You said stay, like as in live?
Yes, honey.
Live.
Yes.
Oh,
So uh, like
I
he
did
had
not.
some stuff going on after that. Like after I told him I was not choosing him, and I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, I think that's what that was. You were trying to find somewhere to stay. So no,
Mm.
no,
so he was a homosexual. He was
pretty much. Yeah,
he was in it for a roof.
yeah.
All
A
right.
lot
But he was
are.
like, well, I'm gonna just stick around because I mean he probably gonna mess up. And I was like, no, I mean even if he do mess up, you're not the one. You're just not him. You nice, you have good conversation, but you're not stable. I can't be bothered with you and you're not stable. So
All right. Let me see who that is. Somebody said they wanted to come on. Let me look and see. Um, look, whoever it look, I tell you what, if you do want to come on, what I will do is I will drop the link to come on in the let me see. Let me see if I can do it. I'll try to drop the link. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find that link for you and drop it in the chat so that you can come on. Yes. Because if you want to come on, we want to bring you on. I want to hear what you got to say. All right. Here we go. Copy. Here we go. All right. All right. So look, I'm dropping it in the chat right now. Oh, that's Mel B. Melanie. Yes. Come on in. You know you can come on up. Let me I'm dropping the link in the chat so you can come on up. Click the link in the chat and you are in. All right. So let me grab some more of these conversations over here. Linda said on the TikTok side said, "Oh, he was homeless."
Right. That's why he was okay with sticking around, girl. That's what that was. I'm like, sir, no, absolutely not.
User 3579 says, wow, have times changed? Yes, they have. Yes.
Yep.
All right. Let me see. Grab some more of these. My girl Sonia says, guys have girlfriends, cheat, and still want you to be faithful. What does that have
what
to
kind
do
of
with what
foolery
we're
is
talking about
that?
tonight?
Yes.
Y'all always trying to skip the subject.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead back, girl. He said we're not talking
She
about
said,
that.
yes, we should. Yes, we should. We need options. We need options. So, and I'm telling you now, most guys aren't like the guy that LaToya talked about. Most guys are not going to hang around after you say, I'm doing rotational dating, especially if he's ready to lock you down. Now I'll say it does speak well of a guy who says, you know what? I understand where you are and I'm still interested in you. Like, I think that still says something, but that doesn't mean that you should go with this guy. Because if you feel like he wasn't right for you, he's just not right for you.
Question: are you saying that you should tell the guys that you're doing rotational dating?
Yeah.
Now
here's one reason why.
Okay.
Somebody was on my show. I can't remember who it was. Somebody was on my show. Y'all check this out. This scenario out. She went out with a guy. It was a young lady. She went out with a guy, right? And they had a great time. They had a great first date. They went to a restaurant, had a great time, went out, went home, called each other. Hey, I had a great time. I'd like to see you again sometime. Right? No problem. So since she was doing rotational dating, she went out with another guy the next night. Well, the guy that she went out with the night before was there with his son at the restaurant. She went to the same restaurant. She went to the same restaurant where the guy had taken her to, and she ends up there with another guy. They make eye contact, and he just stares at her, like, and gives her the shaky head, like, you. And she knew she was never going to hear from that guy again. She said, I actually liked the guy. She said, as a matter of fact, I actually liked that guy more than the guy that I was with. But once he saw that I was out with another man, it was as if she said, I felt like I was cheating on him and we wasn't even together.
First of all, you don't go to the same place you went to the night before, especially.
That's the mistake right there.
He took you there. That's somewhere he probably frequent anyway, so don't go there. Like, why would you do that? What? She messed that up.
But wait a
That's
minute,
not how you're supposed to do it.
But wait a minute. I like a guy who takes a woman someplace that he's comfortable with. Goes there, he knows the people, he can interact with the, you know what I mean? He can hey, and he walks in and it's like cheers. Right. Norm, right? And he gets that feeling like
going to the place with the other dude. Why you take the new dude to the same place you went to the night before? Like, that's crazy. You set yourself up for failure on that.
Right.
That's
right.
Right. You wanted him to see. You ain't really like him.
My girl Melanie is in the building. What's up, Mel? Uh-oh, you freezing. Let me see. No sound. No, no sound. Nothing yet. All right. I'm gonna bring you back. We gotta get your sound together. Hold on. I'm gonna bring you back. All right. So let me grab some more of these conversations. Um, I thought this one was interesting.
It's called dating.
And
Uh-huh.
that is, let me see who's. Yeah, this is Jesta. She said, Jesse Bowie. She says, it's called dating, collecting data
Thank you.
until the correct data is enough to make an analysis. That it needs to move into being more. It's supposed to be exclusive, I imagine.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
All right. So it's collecting data. Well, you know what? That sounds good. That sounds good. But how do you think that shook out for for that lady who goes to the restaurants and sees the person? You know,
She messed up. She, that's not even a good story. She messed up. She shouldn't have went to that same place she went to the night before. They should have went
all
somewhere
right.
else.
That's crazy.
Definitely. Mel, are you with us?
Okay, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Perfect.
You on? You on?
Yay. I'm
Mel,
so glad.
what's your thoughts? Talk to me. Should
Okay.
you date multiple people at a time? Multiple dating, rotational
Okay.
dating. What do you think?
Look, I've been waiting for this. So yes, absolutely, you
What
should.
you been waiting for this? Go
Ever
ahead,
since
jump
you
in.
posted, I said, let me make sure I'm gonna carve out some time. Absolutely. So I wanna I say this all the time, especially to well, I'm single too, but to so I'm a therapist, right? So singles that I see that I think dating multiple people, number one, gives you an opportunity to really get to know yourself, number one, to get an idea of the things that you really truly like about a person without being 100% fully, wholly, invested in that one person before knowing that they're truly that they are who you want to be with. So I want to address something you said about this. It says something about the seriousness. I think dating multiple people is a part of intentional dating. I feel like if you're dating with intention of, getting married, you have to make sure that you are really getting to know people, and what who they are to you, and so on and so forth. So I'm an advocate. Multiple dating, yes, but with that, you have to be honest.
Right.
You cannot be, doing this behind anybody's back. You can't have somebody thinking they're the only one when they really aren't. I would appreciate, someone coming to me saying, hey, I know we've been going out, we've been hanging out, but I've been, I see other people. Actually, I assume that until they tell me otherwise. And vice versa. They should assume the same. Until we have a discussion about seeing each other exclusively, then I just assume that we're dating other people. That's what dating is. So yeah, you can tell I've been holding on to that. So I've been
But Mel,
yes.
but you do understand that once a guy finds out that you're out dating, like he thinks you're for the streets.
Well, but why though? So you being
Because he thinks you was out with me last night and now you going out with another man. Because listen, I've had some friends who are like professional at this, like they doing online dating, and on a Saturday they might have a breakfast date, they got a brunch date, they got a afternoon date, and they got a nighttime date, and like it's pretty spaced out, and they don't, I guess, if you're just dating and just seeing people, you don't necessarily owe them an explanation as to like if you're seeing other people, right? If it's very casual, I don't know that you actually owe somebody an explanation as to what that is, but men feel a certain way. I guarantee you all of those guys who she went out with don't know that she was on to the next guy after that date.
Well,
But
sure.
it's like,
Go ahead. No.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, sure, they probably don't know that, but then that's where communication comes in. And if you've been dating a woman and you feel like you want to see her exclusively, that's when you have to have a conversation. And so then that's where, the woman can either say, well, I am not there right now. I'm not sure if that's what I want with you. Or they can say, yes, I think that's a great idea. And they can kind of work out how they're going to do that. Then you can have the conversation about, how that's going to work. But I think while you're dating, you're just dating. You're getting to know each other. You're spending time together. And there's no promise of exclusivity until you have that conversation. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Latoya, what was you gonna say?
She just said it. She said exactly what I was about to say. And then I'm not choosing you on the first date. Yeah,
Sure.
It's not gonna be, I'm just gonna go on this first date and you're gonna be the one. No, I'm gonna go on this other date too, and then this other date. Now it turns into a different thing if you decide to be sharing your body with all these people. And
Sure.
no, that's not. I don't condone. Like,
Right.
go ahead, go on your dates, share your time, a little bit of your energy here and there, and then the one whoever your girl start jumping for, that might be the one you might choose.
Understood. So that comment was, men do it all the time.
They do.
They do.
With no problem and don't care.
Yes. Men need, but you know what? It's men also, when men do it, they have to also know that they're going to be paying for these dates, and so it's a little bit more involved for a guy to be doing rotational dating. You gotta have your money right to be doing the rotational dating. All them $100, $200 dates, they start adding up after a while.
Yeah, but that's for the man to manage, because a date, you can have a really nice date and get creative, especially if you're dating multiple women.
Exactly.
Hopefully you're being financially responsible as well.
Thank you.
Because that's an important factor to consider. At least
Mel,
yes.
See but that's we talked about that last week. Any mention of him being financially responsible means that he don't have any money.
Nah.
that y'all. Come on now. Come on now.
Look, there's financial responsibility, and then there's cheap. Now, if you can be a very thoughtful, fun. It could be a very fun date and doesn't have to cost $200, but to know that he went through the effort to put something special together, that's where the effort is where it matters.
Right.
For a mature woman. Now, I don't. I can't speak for everyone.
As well, like he can also get creative. Like I don't have a problem with a park date, a picnic
That's
date.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if Latoya is going on a picnic date though.
Oh no, I love that type of stuff. See, that's the thing. Yeah. People look at me and they think that I need the expensive stuff. I am not impressed by the money. I'm not. That gets, if you come at me with money, I'm like, sir, so that's all you got? So you don't have any communication. So you wanna pull me in with this money, and when the money gone, now I can't talk to you, now I don't like you.
Yeah, spending money is easy, but it's the effort, creativity, and that's hard. When you putting some thought into something, like women notice that. You can spend, you can buy dinner all day long. That's easy.
Exactly. So, Kelvin, you just did what a lot of guys do to me. They all think, they look at what I do, the glitz and glam with the modeling and the pageantry and all that stuff, and they assume that, I got to go spend all this money. Meanwhile, can you just do a picnic for me? If you did something, I feel like you put some thought into it. We in the park somewhere, you got me some Subway sandwiches. Okay.
Yeah.
With some strawberries or something over there with like some little canvases and we're painting or something like that. I am good.
Nice.
I am happy. Just make sure you have like a little fan out there for me because we can't melt. We can't do that. But you put some thought into it. I'm good. You just took me to this expensive restaurant that you can't even read this menu. Yeah. You don't even know. You don't know what's on here. I had a guy, really. He was frowning up at something. We was at a place. It was like something was braised in duck fat, and he was frowning up. He was like, "Oh, I've never been here, and I just thought I was gonna bring you here." And I'm like, I've been to places like this, but because you're overdoing it, you don't even like this place. You getting on my nerves now because you're trying to overdo it for me.
Yeah, that's he's trying to impress you.
Yeah, I don't need that. Give me some chicken. from the Pape.
All right. Isha says on the TikTok side, says if he's broke, he shouldn't be dating. Well, wait, I disagree. I disagree. If a man is single and he wants to meet women, and he wants to be dating, that's just like what you said, Latoya. He has to figure out what his budget is, right? And work within your budget. Sometimes being creative, sometimes not having a lot of money causes you to be creative, and sometimes it's the creative dates that work the best.
There's many different ways that you can be creative and do different things without spending money.
Let me hear. There's a guy that's watching this. And he tips. Go.
Picnic, Starbucks, coffee.
Okay, stop right there. Stop. Time out. I got time out. Starbucks. Okay. So there's a certain group of people of women who are against coffee dates. They like, look, I didn't go get this hair done. I didn't go get this face beat. I didn't go get this new outfit and make sure I'm looking all good to go sit at Starbucks.
Are you serious?
Here's the thing. If he has had at least a conversation with that person and they've talked about things and he's listening to little things that come out her mouth, he's going to know where he can take her and where he can't take her. So let's be for real. And then at some point it should be like, so what do you like to do and things like that? And then you can pull from there. Now, if she says she likes to go do some rump shanking, you're not gonna be able to take that rump shanker to no Starbucks. You're just not gonna be able to do it. But if this lady is saying, well, I like to go to to a poetry lounge or something like that, or I like to go do or I like to do sipping paints or something like that, then you have an idea what you can do. Ask the question, like you said, Barnes and Noble. Ask her, what's the last book you read? If she say book, you can't take her to Barnes and Noble.
or a coffee date.
Right.
Now listen to this. I had a client that who said she was seeing this guy. This guy, he lived in a different town. And he came to her town. He was coming to her town for business, right? He said, look, I'm going to be in your town. Matter of fact, I'm not that far from your house. Why don't you meet me at Dunkin' Donuts and we'll talk. We'll have some coffee. We'll just hang out and just talk and just enjoy ourselves. She said, what do you think, Kel? I said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I told her, you are not to go on a date at Dunkin' Donuts. Are you a Dunkin' Donuts kind of woman? Right? What kind of effort did the guy put into this to make sure that this date was significant? Because trust me, what effort a guy puts in says what he thinks about you. So if you are, you just by the way, by the way, I wasn't really coming to see you, but by the way, since I'm in town, I'm coming through. Meet me on the corner. And no. If you want to go on a coffee date, take her down there to Chez Marais, the coffee spot on Peachtree Street. Latoya, what's the name of that coffee shop in downtown Atlanta on the same block as STK? If anybody, I want to say that's 11.
I know you're talking about. I can't.
You know what I'm talking about? The one that looked like a French. It looked like it's from France or something. And people out there, they drink it with their pinkies up. You know what I'm saying? That so to me, like if we're gonna do a coffee date, whatever it is, make it significant. And if you don't sometimes make a man rise up and do more, he will do less and less and less.
I went on a coffee date and the guy brought me some perfume.
Why would he do that? That's weird.
It was
Man, that's weird.
that guy bought me some perfume. He did.
I mean,
He-
it's like
he-
a first date gift type thing. Is that what
He
that
did.
was?
He bought me a nice, expensive bottle of perfume.
How's he know that you don't like that perfume? On an expensive bottle at that?
Yeah.
Because he was looking at how much money he spent on it. It didn't matter if she liked it. I've had that before. Yeah.
Mm, mm, mm.
It was gladly accepted. I took it.
Look, I'm sure you appreciated it,
It,
but
it was very
would-
thoughtful. I mean, it was not I didn't expect it. You know, it wasn't. But yeah, he took me to Starbucks and he bought me a coffee and bought me a bottle of nice perfume.
Okay. Look, Marion said he didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to get you. So he was like, well, girls like to smell nice.
Hey, I think he listened. He listened to what, I guess, because we were, I guess, having a conversation about, I don't remember what it was, but it was things that I like. And, I guess he listened. He was listening.
He was listening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So if he now Marion said he didn't know what else to do. And you say he listened. So I still think that's kind of a lot after a first date. For a first date, I think that's
like I said, I was very shocked. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me grab one of these. Grab some of these. Good.
It smells nice. The perfume.
You said the perfume was nice. You liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Did he? They want to know. Did he take you shopping for it after the coffee?
No.
Or he bought it.
He just bought it and brought it to her.
He bought it, and it was wrapped.
Okay. You know what? But on one side, I would say I don't like that as a gift for somebody. To me, perfume is a little bit personal.
Yeah.
Like that's something you get your girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's something you get your wife. That's not really something that you meet somebody on the first date and give them. But
Correct.
then an expensive bottle of perfume. But then again, I mean, if he got it, they said it ain't tricking if you got it. So maybe it don't mean nothing to him to just get that. But then here we go. If it don't mean nothing, why you doing it?
Mm-hmm.
We could just wrap this around and around and around. Mel, what was you gonna say?
No, okay. So I was kind of thinking along the same lines as far as like perfume is very personal, and if you don't know me that well to know my taste, it feels like you just kind of grabbed anything to bring it
from CVS.
Yeah, like from your sister's cabinet or something,
That's just me, he went up to that glass box in CVS and was like, that one.
Yeah.
She'll like this one. All right, cool. Let me see what else we got here. Oh man. So you guys who are just joining us, we're talking about really rotational dating. Should you go out on multiple dates? Should you be seeing multiple people? How does somebody really know if you are serious or not? How do they know that you're just not playing with their time? For the men who have to finance these dates, listen, if I was out in these streets And I found out that she was seeing me. I was number 3 of the day. And now we're going to I got to go spend time and money with somebody, and I'm just number 3. I would just say, pull me out, because I don't want to be number 3.
At what point, though? At what point would you have that thought? First date, or are we talking like 3 months in? At what point would you have that thought?
That I wouldn't want to be part of the
like
part of the pack.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that from date 1 or date any number of dates.
So you expect someone to see you exclusively day 1. They're not supposed to.
You know what? You know what? I say just don't tell me. I'd say just don't tell me.
Exactly, because it doesn't matter.
Because it doesn't matter.
Matters. When you
It's
start
kind of
feeling
like
yeah.
It's kind of like body count. Like, why ask? It doesn't matter.
And then I guess it depends on a person's definition of dating, because I think some people, when they think about dating, they automatically think about somebody sleeping with someone.
Yep.
And so then you get in your mindset of like, oh, she just out here with everybody. But just because you're dating,
that's how men think.
Well, yeah,
that's how men think.
But then that's why you have a conversation. Like for me, and this is just me, communication is huge. So if you can't communicate even your concerns and your thoughts about what we're doing, we're not going to work anyway. So I'm kind of an open book. If you have a question about what we're doing or where this is going, or am I seeing other people or whatever, ask me, because I would want that same level of honesty from you if I was asked those questions. But yeah, I think people, when they hear dating, they're thinking about, oh, she's just out here. But no, she's dating. She's getting to know multiple people. And if you want to see her exclusively, if you want to be somebody like the one in her life, then you just kind of have to make that known to her.
Yeah. Look, Alicia said on the TikTok, she said, maybe he wants her to smell like his ex. Talking about that perfume.
Oh, man. Ouch.
People got quite an imagination. But let's see. That was a good comment, Mel. Let's see. Let me see who we got. All right, Facebook. It came up user. I thought dating multiple people was good until find someone you want to get serious with. It can be good. Multiple dating can be good under the right circumstances. Depends on the person. Depends on what your intentions are. Some people don't have any intentions on really settling down with anybody. They just like, okay, well, I just want to date her, and her. And not really go deep with any of them. You know, some people just enjoy the chase.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to, I think you just need to know where people are, know where you are, and see if that makes sense for you guys to be together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was gonna say intentions is a big part of that, because you're right. Some people are dating just to date. Yeah, some people are just dating just to date, and that's fine as long as you're not leading people on. So you can't be out here dating just to date, and this other person's dating with the intention of, finding someone to be exclusive with. There's no need for you even to be. You're wasting that person's time. So be honest about and upfront about what your intentions are, and also keep that in mind too while you're the one dating. That be clear of what your intentions are when you're going into it.
Right.
Yeah. True words.
I agree with that.
What you got to say, Latoya?
I was just saying I agree with her. Definitely. Like I said from the beginning, communication is key. Like, that's the only way you're going to really know. And that's it. But see, the thing you run into these days, well, we're not going to get into that. Don't worry about it.
What you run into these days?
These men folk don't like to communicate.
No, definitely not.
And then if you communicate with a lot of these men with clear communication, they can sometimes see it as aggression or nagging or something like that. And it's like, sir, just listen to what I'm saying. I'm just being clear with you, in a regular tone. If you can at least say you don't like what I'm saying instead of just like I don't want to talk about that. Just say you don't like what I'm saying before you just write me out. Like I'll take that. But anyway,
So
I said I
wait,
wasn't gonna get into
so
that.
you saying that men aren't communicating clearly what
Yes,
their intentions are?
they're not communicating. And
No.
if you try to communicate with them, they don't want to hear you,
This
or they
sounds like
don't
a
hear
whole.
you. That's a whole different conversation.
This could be a
A whole
whole
different
other show.
But can I say something to that too? And
Sure.
obviously, I'm not a man, but I can say this, that I think a lot of men have over time learned that there's like consequences to what they say, and I think that a lot of them have gotten a little hesitant. They don't know. I guess so. People like, I guess people who are up here on this panel, we're saying that we like honesty, but generally speaking, you know, I guess a lot of people aren't really equipped to kind of handle that level of honesty. And so I don't know. I think I'm not a man. I'm just kind of speaking from what I've seen and heard. That you know, a lot of men kind of recognize that I guess they fear the consequences of what they have to say more so than like just, you know, understanding the importance of being open and honest about what they're feeling.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. My man James Bush, the therapist, he says we communicate. He says we communicate every day to those who are willing to listen. So we have to like add that in, that sometimes men are communicating, but sometimes women aren't listening. You're listening, got selective hearing, and you know, you fill in on what you think he said or what you think he meant when he said what he said. And generally, men will say what they said to let you know what the deal is. They tell you what it is, but look, either by words or by action. They tell.
I don't do action. Talk to me. I don't do action. Talk to me.
See,
Use your words.
I'm opposite. I watch some actions. Forget them words. I'm watching what you're doing.
I'm watching both, but I need to hear it. I'm probably gonna think something else anyway. It's just opinion.
That's because
So
women are
if I tell you the
overthinkers.
truth, I won't get what I
Virgo,
want.
so yeah, I'm probably gonna overthink it anyway. So
Then there's that.
like that's what he said, but he said this too. But whatever, we're not gonna go into that.
Communication. Yeah.
A big part of communication is how is not just what you say, but how the other person receives what you're saying too. So I don't disagree with him. I think, you know, there's a breakdown in like, you know, somebody will say something, but then you kind of put your own spin on it, you know, and responding to what you think you heard or what you think that person meant, as opposed to actually listening to what that person said. Yeah, I think we all can kind of improve in that area.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. She's feeling that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Actions and words should align.
Amen.
Good stuff.
Agree.
Good stuff. Agree.
That's what I find is that actions don't necessarily align with words. Or words don't align with actions, whichever one. I've seen it.
Yeah. James said your perception is not always reality.
That's true. That's true.
Yes. Good stuff.
That's why a lot of times when I'm working with couples and I'm talking to them about communication, one of the things I encourage them to do is using reflective statements. And so basically that's where you're kind of, you know, repeating back to the person before you respond to what was said. Repeat back to the person what you heard, just to make sure that you're responding to the right thing. So yeah, sometimes, you know, we hear what we think we hear and we're responding to that as opposed to what the other person actually said and meant.
Yes. Agree. And you know, half the time people don't know what they're thinking about what you're going to say or what you said, They not even think about what you're going to say. They thinking about how they're going to respond, and not really even listening to what you said.
Yes. Yep, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Seek to understand.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and don't shut down. That's the other thing.
What does that mean?
If both get to the point where you both can understand each other, like during the communication, like sometimes when it gets to the point where sometimes we might not understand what you're saying. Okay. Mm-hmm. And we're still asking questions. You might feel like you've said it clearly, but we still don't understand. Don't shut down if we're still trying to get clarification on what you said.
Okay.
That's just something that I've been
doing. I think that's important. I think that's important. Sometimes a person can get frustrated because they feel like you're not listening. And if you was listening, then you would have heard me say it, and I wouldn't have to keep saying it. But just because you think you were clear, that doesn't mean you were clear.
Right.
So good stuff. All right, you guys who are watching today, we're talking about, should you date multiple people? Should you do rotational dating? And we're asking everybody, drop your question, drop your thoughts in the comment section. I need everybody to hit the like button wherever you are watching the show right now. Hit the like button, and because it helps the algorithm know that we're out here and we're moving things along. So I had a coach tell me one time his perspective on this rotational dating is he didn't think that it was good. He was a matchmaker, and his thought was he didn't think that it was good for people to be out here doing rotational dating. You know, his idea was, if you can't get one right, why are you out here doing multiples? If you can't get one right, how you out here seeing multiple people?
Interesting.
How can you how can you really bond with Tom, Dick, and Harry? It's very difficult. That was his perspective. What y'all think?
I mean, I disagree, but
a matchmaker is a matchmaker. I mean, their job is to match somebody with one person. So I mean, maybe that's why he said what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
I mean, but yeah, that's like you said, that's his job. That's one thing. But if you just out here doing it on your own, I'm not about to just say I'm gonna just choose one and just focus on
him. Yeah. But then how do you really bond with multiple people? How do you really decide if this is somebody that you can be with when you're with Tom, Dick, and Harry?
Somebody gonna aggravate you, they're gonna fall off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the roster starts to thin down after a while because there's one person that seems to kind of meet the criteria that matter most to you.
Exactly.
You'll have somebody who's not a good communicator. Good communicators don't usually last long. In my book, if we can't communicate, then I'm just going to focus. So that's Tom, Dick, and Harry. So Harry falls off because he's not communicating. So now I'm focusing on these two. That's just I just feel like with dating, that's a part of the dating process. You're getting to know people, and then eventually you get to a place where you're really starting to develop a connection with one more so than the other. And if you both are kind of having a conversation that, hey, I think we can move this to another level. We see each other exclusively. Then yeah, that's how it happens.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
Good stuff. So she's got a question. Is it a sign of low self-esteem to date a guy who is living with his child's mother for economic reasons? I do think they sleep together, but he is Did she mean to say I don't think they sleep together, but he is dating
She said what she
outside the
said.
relationship?
I guarantee you.
That's familiar. He's dealing with that familiar that's in that house. If he not, I'm still gonna think he's dealing with that familiar that's in that house. So
Yeah, he's got some other business to take care of before
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
pursuing a
Um,
relationship.
yeah, a guy. Look. You can barely trust somebody who had a baby with somebody, and they in different places, to keep their hands off of each other. Not to mention they're under the same roof. He has a family. I don't know who this lady is, but maybe she doesn't understand. He's with his family. And that's just the condition that the woman he's with has agreed to. Why? I don't know. Said for economic reasons. Look, maybe she need him for economic reasons too. And on those lonely nights.
again, that's familiar.
Rain,
It's very familiar. So
it is very familiar. Yeah.
I actually have well, we're not friends anymore, but I know somebody that actually did that. The guy was still living with the baby mama and the kids. At one point, he was married to the woman. They weren't married anymore, but they were still living together. And like it would be situations where he would leave my friend at the time house because he had to go home because he had to be at home before the kids go to bed or whatever. And she would get upset about it. I was like, but you still dealing with it. Anyway, fast forward to 2021, she married him.
She married him.
Wow.
The friend married the guy.
She's with him.
And they live in the same house?
He just recently, I'm a Facebook lurker. He just recently moved out the woman's house, but they got married while he was still living with.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
You can't be serious.
I'm very serious. And she used to get upset with me when I tell her, like, he's stringing you along, my girl. And now that he asked you to marry him, and he feel like he have you. Like he have you wrapped around his pinky nail.
Yeah.
You gonna do whatever he wants you to do. And she was like, oh girl, you just jealous. Okay, not of that, but okay, cool.
He gotta go. He got to get home before the kids go to bed. Yeah, okay.
And this was like 8 or 9 o'clock. He would have to leave her to get back to the house before the kids go to sleep. I was like, this is what we're doing. And she's now married to this person.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, didn't she win the prize?
And I'm jealous. I'm so jealous. So jealous.
I guess she told you.
I am so jealous. You hear me? I am so jealous.
I guess she told you.
And she did.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, baby. It must be wrapped in some gold or something. I don't know.
Listen, some people are battling for the lowest cost prize they can find.
Wow.
They're in a Walmart competition.
The clearance section.
Clearance section at Walmart. They're like, I got it.
Right.
Well, what do you have? Wow. I'm telling you, there's some scenarios out here in these streets.
I think you learn from your mistakes. You know, you learn from your mistakes. You know,
you should.
Wow.
That doesn't mean you do. Yes, LaDonna is checking in. What's going on, Bella? Bella of the ball.
I can't believe he's married. That's crazy.
He married her. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Yes. They're not going for the economic reasons.
That's okay. Well, figure out your situation then, and then come back and see me. Right. That's how I look at it. Like, don't just if that's your reasoning, you got to figure out your situation first. I'm not the one you need to be trying to pursue. Right. So I got other things to do, and you can't come here.
Yeah. The thing is, there's a woman who will accept whatever
Yeah. Yeah.
just to say, I got a man.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sonia says, I was married and separated for 2 years in the same house and never had sex with my own husband. It's possible, but I think she has low self-esteem. Okay. Go
But
ahead.
how do we know
Sonia.
that? We don't know that.
Hmm.
That's gonna always be in the back of my head. It's a possibility. You could tell me whatever you want to tell me. I'm still gonna be like, no, you still getting that familiar
Yes.
stuff.
Mhm.
It's familiar to you. You know
Mhm.
that smell. You know what you like. Or you liked it at
Mhm.
some point. So I'm gonna always think that you're doing something with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and I do think that this is the fraction of the fraction, that 1%. This is the 1% situation, that because this isn't normal. That you stay. Listen, this guy, he was serious about not being together with you. He was serious about that thing. He could stay in the house 2 years with a woman and never touch her. He was serious, especially he was her husband that they were getting separated. That
Right.
says a lot. That my man, he was really committed to his intention.
Or maybe she was committed. She was like, I don't come over here, do not.
Right. He was like, don't try it. And
Don't
he was
try
like,
it.
wow. That's why we breaking up anyway.
Yeah, that's part of the conversation.
Wow.
That's funny.
That's deep. All right. Toxic people get with toxic people.
That is one true fact.
Yes. Here go your girl Seneca. She said facts. She's checking in. Art
hey,
of dating's
Queen.
in the building. Huh?
Oh, that's one of my pageant queens, Miss Seneca. She just won last weekend, Miss Full
Oh, she
Figured
won last
Alabama
weekend.
Georgia Plus. Yep.
Hey,
Yeah.
congratulations, Seneca.
Hey, Miss Seneca.
Yes. My girl, I think that's Yashika. She said, yes, it's acceptable to date multiple people as long as each party knows. However, don't be shocked. She put all the S's. Don't be shocked if they do the same.
Right.
For both, once you become serious or more serious, it's time to let the others go, probably.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Has anybody ever been in that situation where you were seeing somebody and they got serious with somebody else and they let you go?
I mean, it's a possibility. I mean,
Yeah, because
has
you know
it been
why?
confirmed? No, it probably,
Yeah.
probably was the reason why it fell off, but it probably
Right. Because look, men move differently. Like
Mhm.
men won't generally. Matter of fact, a lot of times guys don't even break up with you. They just slowly fade backward.
become
So
passive.
you don't even know.
But I do that
Yeah.
too,
Y'all
so I
ladies, y'all
can't
do the
even
same
talk.
thing sometimes.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I do that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
I'm
but
not doing it
sometimes
right.
guys do that because they don't want to hurt your feelings. They don't want to,
Mhm.
or they want to be able to come back. You know, they want to be
Oh
able to
no, you
slide
lose
back in.
contact, baby. That's like no call, no show. You can go ahead and go about your business. It's like
You fired.
your pink slip is already in the mail, baby. Don't come back.
Okay. Look, we got a question on TikTok side. She said, "Is canceling because something came up even acceptable from a guy? Maybe he's lying." And help out one of our TikTok people. Got a guy who's canceling because something came up. Wait a minute.
Is this
Something
multiple times or once? It depends.
What'd you say?
It depends on if it's multiple times or if it's just once. Like, I mean, things do come up, but like if he keep on doing it, he don't want to see you.
Right.
But go ahead, Mr. Kelvin.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. One time is an event. 2 times is a habit.
Mhm.
It's a we got consistency going in that direction, and it's going in the wrong direction.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's where those you're watching actions and words at that point.
Mhm.
Yes,
Mhm.
the tongue in the mouth and the tongue in the shoes going in the same direction.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
That
I've got
that's
to
old
sign
country,
off, guys.
man.
I've enjoyed this conversation so much. Thank you for bringing me on, Kelvin. I've got to sign off. But
Okay.
y'all have a good night.
You too.
Hey,
All right, Mel. Before you go, tell them how they can follow you, how they can find you, all that good stuff.
Okay, so so my name is Melanie Bruner. I'm a licensed therapist in Alabama, owner of Represent Wellness LLC is the name of my practice. You can find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram, and also my website, www.representwellness.com.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mel, for coming through. Appreciate the love. Talk to you later.
Bye.
All right. So my girl says, I've been in the situation. He ghosted me, then tried to return. She didn't work out. It happens.
Mhm.
It definitely happens. It happens. So yeah, a lot of times guys don't close the door all the way. They just kind of leave the door with a little opening so you can just reopen that door. You don't really know why they just stop coming around, but yeah, it definitely does happen. Doesn't matter if something came up. That's on you. Okay. Our girl Seneca says, thank you all, but yes, I have been in that situation. I was the person they got serious with, which I thought was wrong. So I told him he needed to close that chapter correctly because that's how drama starts. And who has time for that? Interesting. So she's been on that side, Latoya. She's been the one that he chose.
Mhm.
And he was probably going to leave them other ones to just kind of float away. So she asked him to close those chapters. And if one of those chapters happens to have a baby mama involved,
Right.
closing that chapter is not that easy.
Agreed. I mean that's a whole different situation. You can't close that chapter because there's a child involved. There's no closing on that. But
No closing.
yeah, he would need to be clearing his communication with her. Like, I can't be bothered with you anymore because I'm choosing this person over there. Now, how well that's gonna go over, who knows? But it can be said. It can be addressed.
Yes. Told him to close the chapter. Now then you have to ask, like, how do you know that he closed the chapter?
And then there's that. You just don't know. Just be careful out there. Just be careful.
Don't know. You trust but verify.
Right.
Yes.
It'll come out. Everything that happens in the dark always comes out. So
Yes,
if it's
ma'am.
not closed, it'll come up at some point. If she all of a sudden start getting upset and start wanting to call you or whatever, he over there selling her some kind of dreams.
I'm gonna have to have you back up on this show.
Why?
You got some insight. You know some stuff.
I'm just saying. Like, if she quiet, she's fine. But baby, if he's selling her some kind of dreams, is she over there buying it? Oh yeah, he over there. He back over there with that familiar stuff. So, but I'm gonna just.
All right, look, we gonna pull it in for the night. Latoya, tell the folks how they can reach you, how they can follow you. You're a very interesting, beautiful, successful lady out here in these streets, and so tell the people how they can follow you and your journey and what you got going on.
All right, so I am Latoya Francois. You can find me on Facebook Also, I am the director of the Miss Full Figure Georgia and Miss Full Figure Alabama pageants. We do have auditions coming up real soon, so you can actually follow us on our Facebook and Instagram pages, which is Miss Full Figure. That's MS, not MRS or MISS. Full Figured, GA or AL, and you'll get all the information to sign up with us, so we can get you on your pageant journey. Also, if you want to follow me on my model page, that would be Toya Francois, the model. That's on Facebook and Instagram. Watch my plus size. I'm sorry. Well, yes, anything plus size, fluffy, full figured. I take all that. Don't say BBW because I'm not in that category. All of those things. I like to empower all of my plus size women, baby, because we are beautiful regardless. Don't ever say you pretty for a big girl. Why can't I just be pretty? Keep it coming.
Okay. Good stuff. Meredith, how can people follow you? How can they connect with you? What you got going on?
You can find me on Facebook, Meredith Cohen, and you can follow me. Latoya, I might contact you.
Okay.
I was very interested in your pageant, and the reason I have a friend who is she has a business, and she is very much into size acceptance.
Okay.
And I think that you two might be like good.
We would match well.
A good match because she does have big parties and whatnot, size acceptance parties, and she does trips, cruises, and
all right. Well, link up with Latoya. Follow her on Instagram, slide in her DM, and she will give you all the info from there. So I appreciate you coming on as well, Meredith. And
thank you, Kelvin.
So you guys, look, this what do I got? This Friday night, I got a live event. I got a private event. If you guys are interested. And before we go, shout out to Yashika Foster for the 20 spot. She dropped something in the Cash App. You guys, I appreciate everybody who drops something in the Cash Apps and in the support for the show. Appreciate that love. It helps us to keep this thing going. But this Friday, if you are in Atlanta and you're interested in hanging out, I got a private rooftop get together happening here in the city. It's going to be dope. The last one was pretty hot. It was pretty dope, and this one's going to be just as nice. So if you're interested, inbox me, jump in the inbox. I'm probably not going to even promote it out in the great public spaces, except for places like right here. You'll hear about it. So so it's a private event. We have limited number of people who can be in on this. So inbox me, get with me, find me at lovecoachatlanta@gmail.com is the email. You know what? Yeah, that's the best. That's a good way to follow me. If you're interested in attending, and we got a couple of events happening pretty much for the next few months. There's lots of get-togethers and meetups and mixers and all of that as well. If you need a one-on-one coaching session, inbox me right now to lovecoachatlanta@gmail.com. I'm going to help you to get what it is you want out here in the streets. You deserve to be loved, and we're going to help you to get just what you deserve. So love that. So you guys can reach me everywhere. Kelvin Troy Johnson everywhere. Kelvin Troy Johnson everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, even Twitter. I don't do a lot there, but I'm there, and we out here in these streets making it happen. So I appreciate everybody coming to the show. Thank you guys so much for being here. Till next time, peace and love. Later.
Bye.